up, you guys? This is Tiff with the T, and I'm here with a special guest today. Her name is ByeFelycie. Make sure that you say hi, Felicie, first.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
So we're just going to be talking about this video we ran across on TikTok. Felicie, you said you did have a couple of opinions about it, so I'm
Yeah,
interested to hear that.
yeah.
And let's just go ahead and take a look at the video.
Something that's always gonna kill me is the fact that y'all be on this app preaching feminism, preaching ending the patriarchy, talking about women's liberation and all that, and still be misogynistic. Like, y'all get on this app and talk bad about women who have kids that aren't married, baby mamas, y'all do all that, but y'all be preaching feminism and preaching all that other stuff. Like, pick a side. Imagine thinking that you have to get married to have kids. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Imagine thinking that you gotta get married in your life. Not everyone wants to be married, I can assure you that. Marriage doesn't make or break your life. You can live a long, happy life and not get married. Not everyone wants to do that. I feel like women who think those things and talk bad about other women who don't want to get married, like y'all are the biggest pick-me's. It definitely makes you a pick-me, thinking that your entire life needs to be surrounded by whether or not a man wants to marry you. That's sad.
All right, so basically in the video, she's talking about how women who feel that you should be married when you have children is like a pick-me mentality. Imagine thinking that you have to be married in order to have children. She doesn't believe that you have to be married to have kids, and it's kind of sad for people who do think that way. So what do you have to say about that, Felicie?
So yeah, when I saw the video, I mean, I kind of agree with her, but I don't agree with her. I like more lean on the side where I don't agree with her. Yes, you don't necessarily have to be married to have a kid. Of course, it would be better if there is a two-parent household, even if you like dating the person, or the co-parenting is really good and you guys are really close by. I think that is the place that I would go when it comes to having a kid. Being like just a baby mama, or just like having a child with someone just because you want to have a child with this person, or they're like of high caliber, or in your view they are hypergamous. I don't always believe that it's the best thing for the children or the child, because I was watching that other video that you sent me, the Candace Owens one, and it does, there are a lot of statistics that do show that having a two-parent household is better than just being a single parent. But I mean, do you have to necessarily be married? No. Would that be a good thing for your child to see growing up? Yes, of course. But I believe that having at least a two-parent household, or having both parents in their child's life actively and at the same time, like with good co-parenting skills, is probably the best thing.
Yeah, I definitely would agree that a two-parent household, it does take two parents to raise a child, in my opinion. I've been a single parent, and I know how hard it can be trying to play the role of the man and the woman. As a woman, you can't teach your son how to be a man, and statistically there are a lot of negative connotations that come with coming from a single parent household. You're more likely to go to jail, you're more likely to drop out of high school. There's just a plethora of statistics that show that it has a negative impact on the child. And in this particular video, I just feel like she's doing the opposite by looking down on people who feel that you should be married to have children. The way she says, like, imagine thinking that you have to be married to have kids. Like, that's what makes sense. It makes sense to have to be married before you have kids. I don't know if you know that little first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes the baby carriage. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. So I just felt like
I guess like where she probably is coming from is like probably just like the place that she grew up with and the people she grew around. She probably didn't see a lot of married folks having kids. It's probably like, a boyfriend and a girlfriend, or a guy and a girl, and then just kind of part ways. It does like play a part where like the things that you grew up with that can determine or dictate how you view having children, especially if the women that she did grow up with were very good parents to their children. Of course, you're going to be like, I don't have to be married to have a kid. Yeah, you don't have to be married necessarily, but is that the route that you want to go down? When bringing a life into this world, and like you said, just having, like, when it comes to like a son and like a single parent, and it's a woman and their son, there are a lot of things that they cannot teach their kid. They can't teach their son anyways, especially when it comes to like controlling emotions and tempers and stuff like that. A lot of times, some parents, they don't have their emotions under control, and that's what they teach their kids. So, for her, I hope that she, changes, or not even changes, or sees something different, rather than like just being a single parent, but at least like having co-parenting, or like at least a boyfriend that she would want to live with. To help co-parent.
She seemed like she has a hostile idea towards marriage. Like she just was very hostile. Her energy was giving me hostile.
Oh yeah.
So I hope that eventually that changes for her. I don't know if she has children or not. But if you're going to have kids, I am an advocate for being married, doing that, because it's really hard raising a child by yourself. And like I said, I know that from firsthand experience.
I mean, coming from like my parents, they're still married, and they were married when they had me and my sister. Sometimes actually, and I'm kind of going to I'm going to be like a devil's advocate for her. Sometimes being married isn't the best thing for your children. Maybe like co-parenting could be better, and maybe that's what maybe she did have married couples that she saw and she looked up to, and she was just like, this is not how I want to raise my kid. I don't want to be married. I just want to have a kid and parent on my own. Maybe that could be the case, because sometimes, I'm not saying that that's what that was my parents, but like in a marriage, sometimes it could reflect bad on the kids, and they might have a big problem with it, and the kids might end up the same way, on the streets, doing drugs, in jail. Of course, it happens, both ways. So I can play devil advocate for her on that sense, but with statistics, if you want to bring statistics into it, it's always a lot safer for the children if it's like a 2-parent household.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't even think of that, actually. Because you do see a lot of marriages where they're just staying together for the kids, and they hate each other. Oh my goodness, that's the worst.
And the kids see that, and they know, and they're just like, you guys would just be better off if you just got a divorce. Just get a divorce, co-parent. You guys obviously are okay with being friends, but just separate.
And please leave us out of it. So.
Exactly. So I could play devil's advocate for her on that portion of it. However, she does have a very negative feeling, hostile feeling towards marriage. I hope she seeks some treatment and some therapy for whatever the case that is, so that she can move forward, and actually, if she does not have kids, she thinks a little bit more before she decides to bring a child into the world.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and introduce your channel, or
sure. Yeah, so my channel is, like she said in the beginning, it's ByeFelycie. I speak to women who, or just people, actually I speak more to women who are in their dating and their vetting season, who are looking to be like more cooperative and learning to be more feminine in their daily lives. I also talk about accountability, mental health, emotional health, things to make you a better woman before deciding to get into a relationship or getting into a marriage. And to, when you are dating, to make sure that you're vetting the right man and you're not wasting your time just dating someone because it's fun or they're cute or whatever. But yeah, that's what my channel's about.
All right, that's awesome. Make sure that you guys go and subscribe. That's a wrap.